In the last video, I gave a shout out to Delenia A for introducing me to Brooks Palmer. Oh my gosh, thank you again. I've since read both his books. They're full of things that resonated so deeply with me. And when I finished reading them, I went right back to page 1 to reread. They're so dense with insightful points. He really has a gift for presenting things in a simple but powerful way using words and imagery. He's like Yoda. For example, he says self-criticism is like punching yourself in the heart. I don't want to punch myself in the heart. I borrowed the books from the library. If I could have highlighted in the books, I would have highlighted practically everything. The word hoarder doesn't make an appearance until way deep into his second book, and only in the context of explaining how he dislikes the term. He never labels the individual either. They're simply his clients, and they are doing the act of what he calls clutter busting. Brooks defines clutter as anything in your life that no longer serves you, and not just a tangible object, but also it could be a person, a situation, a way of living. One of the things I most love about his approach is that the primary focus isn't on the clutter, it's on the effect that the clutter has on you. Like, what does it do to your energy? Does it drag you down? Is it holding you back? Does it have value, or is it in your way? Does keeping this make your life better right now? Or is this in the way of you finding a new and better way to explore life, love, and joy? Is this object helping you or causing you pain? Does this thing support you or not? Does this nourish you? And instead of the world telling you, you need this or you don't need this, or you should stop doing this and you should do that, it's looking into yourself and asking, what do I like? What don't I like? I'm going to get rid of the things I don't like so I can enjoy the things I like. Getting rid of the clutter, the dead wood, allows one's life to regenerate in new and better ways. There are so many thoughts I want to share about Brooks and his books. That's a large part of why I haven't put up a video for a while. I got overwhelmed by all the thoughts about what's the perfect way to share this. Well, there is no perfect way, so I finally stopped overthinking and decided to just start. I told my local decluttering buddy about him and shared one of his meditation videos with her. She got his book, was blown away by it, and contacted him. After she had a 15-minute consultation, she wanted to work with him immediately. After her first session, she said repeatedly to me, he's so gentle in his approach. He's so gentle. She also told me that she kept writing things down that he said during their session because they really hit home. So I did a 15-minute consultation with him too. I told him how there are lots of things in my home that I know are clutter, but I get stuck on the actual discarding because I have disposophobia, feeling responsible to rehome things in the best way possible, feeling bad about sending things to the landfill, not wanting to harm the environment, etc. This is what he said to me. As long as we're alive, we're going to do helpful and hurtful things to the earth. Like you drive a car, right? We are part of the earth. There are also negatives from the earth that affect us. There's no way to live with no negative. When you start to compromise yourself and suffer as a result, then that's hard on the earth because it's hard on you. We often think of ourselves as separate from the earth, but we're like a movable part of the earth. If you look at Earth from outer space, we're a part of the earth. Trying to save everything from hurting the environment, that takes a toll on you. When you suffer, the environment suffers. Everything we feel affects everything else. If you're suffering physically and emotionally, that pain is transferred into the environment. It's a collection of everybody's feelings that are represented in how it feels to be alive in this moment. You take care of the environment by taking care of yourself. If you're happy, it radiates out. If you're in a room with happy people, you feel that, and vice versa. You pick up on it. It's helpful to think in terms of how I live when I'm feeling happy, when I'm feeling lighter, when I'm feeling good about myself. It's like a vote for feeling better. That transfers to the environment. It might help you to start considering when I'm feeling better, it's like sunshine in some ways. Sunshine for others and for the earth. And when I'm feeling down, it's like pollution for the earth and environment. He also said, if you get rid of some clutter, maybe you'll feel lighter and better. Positive for you, others, and the environment. You're not a selfish person who litters and uses up all the resources. You can't lose by taking care of yourself. That's definitely a new perspective for me. As I thought about that over the following days, it did start to permeate through me. And I thought about how witnessing things and other people doing things that harm the environment hurts me. So if I'm part of the environment and what I'm seeing is hurting me, then I need to exercise more self-care in response. Does that make sense? These new notions are still brewing more in my head than in my heart at this point, but I'm going to work on shifting my perspective in that direction as I clutter bust and see if it gets into my heart more, into my entire being. In response to my indecision over where to best donate items, he said to consider this. Whatever's the simplest thing I can do that would take care of me and the thing I'm letting go of. Otherwise, the confusion between Goodwill and the homeless shelter, nothing happens, and as a result, it doesn't serve you. You feel stuck, and then you judge yourself. What's wrong with me? I should be able to do this, and I can't. I shouldn't be this way. Nothing gets done, and then you're stuck with this pain from indecision. It hurts. It diminishes you. You tighten, and when you tighten, you close off. You're less open. You feel restricted. Wouldn't it be nice to not have that pain of, what do I do? Wouldn't it be nice to feel relief and not have to think about this anymore? All we care about is your well-being, you feeling better, because you feeling better makes the environment feel better. When you take care of yourself, you take care of others. But if you suffer, the environment suffers. I followed up that consultation with an hour session. A lot of emotions came up, as well as plenty of tears, but those emotions and tears needed to come up. I've heard clutter and hoarding described as unprocessed grief and unshed tears. In his first book, Brooks wrote, "When you repress something emotionally, you have to keep it submerged just below your conscious awareness. Doing this is like trying to keep a buoy below the surface of the sea. You have to apply constant force to keep it down." It's exhausting. Okay, this video is already plenty long, so I'll share about the work session with him in a separate video. Brooks's books are listed below, along with his website, clutterbusting.com. If you want to reach out to him about a consultation to see if working with him would be a good fit, you can do so through his contact link. I know it can feel scary to reach out for help. I was scared before the clutter busting session, but Brooks assured me it's normal to be scared. We're all stuck in one way or another. Sometimes it takes having somebody help. It's okay to ask someone to help you. And I assure you, he is absolutely gentle. He won't force you to get rid of anything, and he does not judge. So I hope you'll consider reaching out if you need a compassionate person to help and guide you. The Lunar New Year is Saturday, January 25th. Wishing you all a happy year of the rat.